One of the most common complaints I hear from my students learning pranayama or meditation with me is that we feel great in class, but once we go back to our life or our workspaces, we lose all the calm and are back to feeling stressed, anxious, and emotionally all over the place. Is that you too? Then this episode is for you because I'm going to share 5 practices you can adopt anywhere, anytime to come back home to that calmness that is within your reach wherever you go. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Own Your Everyday series in the Being Miraculous podcast. I'm your host and self-awareness coach Shwetha, back with insights and micro practices that you can use in your busy lives to own your everyday. In today's episode, I'm going to share 5 simple practices that you can use to calm the mind wherever you are, at home, stuck in traffic, in the office, or at a boring party, doesn't matter. But before that, let me just go into why do we need a calm mind in the first place? Most of us today experience a calm mind, the quietness that needs no words to describe it, only fleetingly. Maybe a moment or two here and there, stolen from a vacation probably years ago. But we all have a memory of that moment because it comes with a distinctive signature, a peace unlike anything we've ever known or experienced. When our mind is undisturbed, we are fully present, not floating between memories of the past or anxieties of the future. All of us are available in the here and now to ensure we give our best to the task, situation, or challenge at hand. I think it was Swami Vivekananda who said, "A peaceful mind is a powerful force." And I think you cannot get more succinct articulation than that. We can accomplish anything with a peaceful mind. And in the process, ensure we don't act in haste. We don't expend more energy than needed to complete a task. Rather, we conserve energy for the things that matter most. We don't damage relationships by saying things we don't mean, and we don't do irreversible things. I think we can all see how a calm mind helps us. But now maybe we can step back and really look at what ruins our peace. 1. Situations. As humans, we make tall plans about what should or shouldn't happen. But as the saying goes, sometimes life has other plans. And our attachment to what should have been causes friction. We get angry, frustrated, or nervous, and all of this tosses the peace of mind out the window. 2. People. We expect people to be the way we are or how we want them to be. But we are our own unique personalities. So how can we really be true to ourselves and alike? So our attachment to people's roles, actions, and behaviors causes us immense suffering. 3. Our thoughts and emotions. Our minds can make a living hell even if we are in a paradise. When we constantly shuttle between what has already happened and what is yet to occur, we are either depressed or anxious. Like Lao Tzu says, if you are depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. If you're at peace, you're living in the present. So the key then really is, how can we come back to the present? A curious side note, do you notice how all of them are attachments? Us wanting something to happen a certain way or not happen in a certain way? Jiddu Krishnamurti says this beautifully in one of his videos that he doesn't mind what happens. That's how he's at peace and ease at all times. That's it, he says. I don't mind what happens. That is the essence of inner freedom. It is a timeless spiritual truth. Release attachment to outcomes deep inside yourself and you'll feel good no matter what. Can you imagine the expansiveness with which we can operate if we can even glimpse this inner freedom for a few brief moments? But all of us are mere mortals and probably far, far, far away from this expansiveness. But we needn't lose heart. While it may be a long journey, it is by no means impossible to attain. We start small and begin right where we are amidst the suffering and the chaos and start moving towards that peace and quiet. So, are you ready to try some practices to calm the mind that you can do just about anywhere? Whether you're stuck in traffic, commuting to work, in an elevator, waiting for a meeting to begin, or in bed wanting to fall asleep. Wherever you might be, whenever you feel the need, here are 5 practices to calm the mind. 1. Observe the breath. The breath is the most accurate indicator of our state of mind at any given point in time. Whenever you remember, start observing the breath. You're not controlling it or modifying it, simply watching it. You can keep your attention focused on the nostrils and see if you can catch an incoming or an outgoing breath. Mentally note the state of the breath and see if you can observe patterns. When is it rapid? When is it shallow? When is it relaxed and deep? Slowly, these observations will start help you identify patterns and triggers around you. 2. Body scan. Mentally scan the body from the top of the head to the tips of your toes. Notice sensations without any judgment. This is a very effective practice to tune into the body and reconnect with the present moment. Remember, the goal is not relaxation, but sensory awareness. To become aware of how the physical body feels at any given moment. Eventually, this practice can improve your presence and the ability to focus on the here and now. 3. Tracking. Wherever you are, look at everything you see around you. Objects or trees or birds or other living beings. Instead of naming the things you see or labeling them as cars or buildings or trees, notice something deeper. Maybe the colors, the patterns, the textures. Observe minute movements and the many shapes you see. Look as if you're looking at your environment for the very first time and pay complete attention. Linger on the objects or visuals that resonate with you before going to the next. 4. Activate the senses. Observe what you can listen to, see, taste, smell, and touch wherever you might be. Name one thing you can listen to in your environment. Sounds near or far away. Observe it and experience the sound fully. Name one thing that catches your attention amongst all other things that you can see around you. Take a sniff and name a scent that you can notice around you. Observe if there is a lingering taste in your mouth. See and pick up an object, experience the texture and feel of it in your hands. 5. And my favorite, deep breaths. You can consciously take a few deep breaths, breathing in all the way till the abdomen expands, filling it up with air. Exhale slowly and deeply, emptying the breath consciously. You can also deepen your breath by bringing the 10 fingertips together. 10 deep breaths of 5 to 7 minutes of deep breathing can suspend the overactive and over-imaginative mind instantaneously. Have you observed what happens to you when you're stressed or anxious? If you can connect with yourself in these times, the first thing you will notice is a constriction or a closing in. It is our body's survival mechanism kicking in to protect us because it feels threatened. And when we act from a place of survival, our decisions and actions are not as balanced as the decisions we make when we are grounded. These practices allow us to relax at that moment and remain open to choose wisely. Like Thich Nhat Hanh says, many people think excitement is happiness, but when you're excited, you're not peaceful. True happiness is based on peace. So there's your Own Your Everyday tip for this week. Find peace amidst the chaos you're surrounded with using these 5 practices. Calm the mind and operate from a space of expansive openness to experience the present moment fully and lead fulfilling lives. Have you been enjoying our shows and conversations? If yes, don't forget to leave a rating and follow or subscribe wherever you're catching this podcast from. Also, don't forget to come and say a hello to me on any of the social media platforms, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. You can find me at Being Miraculous, BeingMeraklis. I hope to speak to you soon. Until we meet again, this is Shwetha signing off, hoping you have a phenomenal and peaceful week ahead.